I'm Mahdi Shaheeb Sher. My website is www.shaheeb.com. One of my interests in the world is the 2-year Israel war. I think that the 2-year Israel war is quite an important issue at the moment in the world. I think that it's quite an important situation because it's a 2-year war in Israel with the Gaza offensive and the West Bank. And I think that quite a few Middle Eastern countries are involved have been involved in the Israel war. But I think that the 2-year Israel war is quite a serious issue at the moment in the world. I think that it has raised a lot of concern by the international community and the world that there may be some kind of human rights abuse, but also maybe genocide with the number of fatalities and the casualties. I think that's topped over 100,000 now. I think it's about 60,000 dead and 40,000 casualties or a bit more. So I think that we are looking at a very aggressive war in Israel at the moment. Those type of fatalities show the aggressive nature of the Israel war. If the fatalities were less and the casualty figures were less, then perhaps it would be considered a normal war. But I think we are looking at maybe an aggressive war with the 2-year Israel war. I think that the fatalities are quite high in proportion to the war that's been sustained in Israel for the past 2 years. I think that Israel has no arbitration or reason or cause to sustain a 2-year long war in Israel. I think especially when it determines peace as its objective and solution for the Middle East and for Israel as well, and the Palestinians. So I think Israel has quite clearly indicated that peace is important for Israel, the Middle East, and the Palestinians. And I think that for there to be a 2-year Israel war that has raised concerns about genocide, maybe war crimes as well, and perhaps other issues, but most importantly, the number of fatalities that have been involved and the number of war dead that have been involved in this 2-year Israel war is very concerning. And I think this raises the question of, I think the whole war, the 2-year Israel war, and how it can be seen as maybe excessive and more aggressive than perhaps should be expected under normal circumstances. So I think the main concern at the moment is that the 2-year Israel war does seem to be very aggressive in nature, does seem to be slightly extreme as well in the number of war fatalities. I think a lot of civilians have been displaced by the war, but there are high casualty figures and war dead as well. And this is very concerning because war is quite serious in its own respect. And even during normal times, when there is a condition of war, it's very serious and often very frightening for people as well when there is a time of war. But to have a war that is very excessive and perhaps hostile and extreme and aggressive as well is even more disturbing because it shows that there could be more of a calamity with this war or a fallout, which can be more problematic for people or difficult. So I think that there is some serious issues of concern about this war in Israel. And I think the 2-year Israel war does present some clear concerns in the Middle East, Israel, and with the Palestinians. and the peace initiatives around the Middle East and the Palestinians as well. So I think that we are facing some kind of an emergency situation with the 2 year Israel war. I think this has been clearly discussed with the United Nations, the international community, and and various other countries as well, including America as well. And I think there is a lot of resolve to try to ease the conflict. And I think that's one positive step that we have achieved with this 2 year conflict, with this war claim. That there is a lot of initiative in place at the moment to try to contain the violence with the war.